Priscilla Block joining me, Nayler here. Cool 100 at Boots and Hearts. Priscilla, welcome.
Hello.
I heard that it's been quite the trek to get here. But before we talk about the week that was for you, I want to kind of educate our listeners on who Priscilla Block is. So we're going to hit you with some rapid fire questions.
All right, let's do it.
All right, cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Best fast food joint?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Now, I notice that you wear a lot of graphic tees.
Yes, always.
What's your favorite one?
Oh my gosh, that's hard. Probably the one that I have a graphic tee of my dog with my dog's face on it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
really cute.
I have to be honest, this week on your socials, you've had both Britney Spears and J-Lo, and I was really hoping that you were going to show up with Kelly Clarkson, and we were just going to become
Oh my
best
gosh,
friends.
or Shania.
I would take that. I would
God,
take that.
I need to go get a Shania t-shirt.
I feel like this is the place you could
Yeah,
find it.
100%.
This is her only Canadian tour date.
Wow.
Speaking of Canada, is this your first time here, Priscilla?
Yes,
Nice.
first time. First timer.
Welcome to Boots and Hearts. This is one of the biggest country music festivals in the country.
We're ready for it.
So you've already had a very big tour schedule already set up this week. I think Missouri, you had a very big day a couple nights ago.
Yeah, Kansas City was wild, and then we were supposed to be going to Minnesota. Our van broke down on the way early that morning, and
Yeah.
we were like, oh no, what are we going to do in the middle of nowhere?
Scrambled. And you made it to Boots and Hearts.
We were like, we just got to get to Canada. Unfortunately, we had to cancel that show in Missouri, in Minnesota, which was such a bummer. But we were able to get a van.
Yep.
We had such nice officers help us get to a hotel. I mean, it was like a whole thing. But we are here and so happy.
The joys of touring. And in the middle of all this, you have a new song come out.
I do.
Off the deep end.
Off
I
the
love
deep
it.
end.
I'm going to be honest with you. If you look at how many people have watched the YouTube video, the lyric video, I'm going to account for about 1,000 of those. It's a great song. I know that it is your second big release into radio, right? Because we started off about 2 years ago with Just About Over You, which is really what broke your career, wasn't it, Priscilla? Now, can we talk about the inspiration behind the song? I know we're digging up the past here.
Yeah,
but for some people who are, maybe new to Priscilla Block, I want to make sure that we're giving them the whole story.
So basically, I was out and about, and I ran into my ex-boyfriend, and the song is kind of like set up exactly how it happened. I'm in this place where I'm like putting on like the cute stuff. Like, I'm going out. I'm going to have an amazing night.
Yeah.
No one's going to be ruining my night tonight. And what happens? Bam, there he is.
person.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, I was literally just about over you.
Yeah, and then here we are. But looking back now, was that a night that you think maybe needed to happen in your life?
Yeah, it's kind of the whole breakup, it's weird because it was so hard for me, and now I look back and I'm like, I'm so thankful. People always say everything happens for a reason, and it's sometimes hard to like believe that when you're going through some serious stuff. And I look back and I'm like, man, I'm really happy that happened.
Yes.
I wouldn't have the songs.
I was going to say, I think the whole country music industry and your fans love that it happened as well. Well, I'm glad. And then we've moved on to Off the Deep End, and it's a great summer song.
Thank
How has
you.
the crowd been reacting to you playing that live this summer?
Oh, it's been wild. I mean, well, it just came out the other day, so we haven't
have you
even
not been able to perform it?
No, I haven't played it yet, but the other night we played it before my set, because usually we play some hype up songs and get people excited for the show, and we played it before and everyone was already singing it.
I bet.
Like, it was crazy.
In the song, you say you're shutting down Broadway. Now, I have to ask, where are you shutting down Broadway? Where's the last
Whatever
place?
bar I can get into
matter,
at that
right?
point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just we're going to have a wild night on Broadway. Wherever I can dance, I'm there.
And there's lots of places to do that in Nashville, but that's not where you grew up. That's not where kind of the country music dream started. You grew up in North Carolina.
North Carolina, yep.
Old enough to move out of town. You did so as soon as you could, off to Nashville, and then what?
Right out of high school, moved to Nashville, and it was a lot. Like, I was this 18-year-old girl. I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't know a single person. It was just day by day doing whatever I could to pay my bills, and I wanted this so bad, and I was just not going to let anything get in the way. And growing up, I was a huge Taylor Swift fan. I mean, she was the girl, like, the young girl at the time that made me feel like I could do it.
Sure.
And I move out to Nashville. I'm like a year into town. I'm working at a yogurt shop and I'm having my meltdown day. Like, do I leave? What's going on? It's time to like regroup. And I was talking to my sister and she said, Priscilla, like, you didn't fail if you come home. Like, you can come home. And I was like, I know. And that day, I'm leaving work and
with Taylor Swift in the background.
And Taylor Swift is in the background. That's great. I'm leaving work that day and Taylor Swift was driving by. I happened to be wearing a Taylor Swift t-shirt. And she pulled her car over on the side of the road, hopped across her middle console into her passenger seat and like opens up her door and was like, hey, I love your shirt so much. And it was just crazy.
Like, I think I would have either passed out or been completely speechless.
She was like, come over and talk to me. I'm like freaking out, and I didn't tell her I did music. I was just like, look, like, I needed this more today than you will ever know. And that was when I was like, I'm quitting my job, I'm quitting school, and I'm gonna go figure out how to make a living doing what I love.
There we go. And then you get into it, and then boom, pandemic.
Yeah.
Thanks. But you, I think, like a lot of artists, really capitalized on what other forms of communication and how to reach your audience.
Yeah.
With a lot of great, fun songs to get you through it. I know PMS was written, I know Thick Thighs was written, and you really emphasized your presence on social media, which I think really got you through that pandemic.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wasn't able to sing in the bars, and I had finally gotten to a point where I was almost doing music full time. Like, everything that I had worked for came to an end.
Yep.
And I remember TikTok had just started, and I was like, you know what? If the world is shut down right now, I am going to go figure out how to make social media my full-time job.
Sure.
And I'm gonna reach as many fans as I can on the internet if I can't sing in the bars.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
And you know what I love about that audience is when you do come to festivals like this, when you do play shows, and you've got maybe new music that you really haven't really tested the waters with a whole lot, everyone is singing all of the songs.
It's crazy.
And, you know, Off the Deep End is going to be the perfect song. I can't wait to hear it live on stage tonight. 450 Boots and Hearts, your first time in Canada. And what I love is that on your social media, you always have those graphic tees.
Yep.
It was really a Taylor Swift t-shirt that really was your serendipitous aha moment almost, or that led to it.
Literally.
So congratulations on that. 2022 has been, I know it's been a crazy year with, you know, you had your your van breakdown a couple of days ago. You had a new song.
An album, touring.
Album a couple of months ago.
Gosh, it's crazy.
It's your birthday in a couple of
days,
right?
Yes.
There we go. And you're moving
I'm
tomorrow?
moving. It's been a whirlwind. It's been
you didn't plan this well, Priscilla.
Unbelievable year.
Yeah. Well, good. So what's next? You know, your Boots and Hearts, what happens after this weekend and you're all settled moving?
Yeah, we're just going to keep hitting the road running. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to play as many shows as I can. I'm going out on my headlining tour this fall called Welcome to the Block Party.
Right.
Stems from my album.
Yes, yeah.
And, you know, we went out this spring and I decided to go out and headline my first set of shows, and it was unbelievable. And the fans are just crazy and awesome and amazing that I decided I was going to go out and do it again this fall.
Nice.
And so here we are in Canada.
Yeah.
I'm going over to
just perform on the same stage as Shania Twain.
I know.
This is good.
It's
now,
crazy.
Were you a fan of Shania growing up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I know you said Taylor Swift, and you just kind of assume that it would be people like Shania and everybody else, but you just never know.
It's really a special day for me, for sure.
Welcome. I'm glad that I could be a part of it. This is awesome. Welcome
I'm thankful.
to Boots and Hearts.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having
it was nice
me.
meeting you, and we hope to see you many times back here north of the border.
All right, I'll be back.